Hey guys, so we'll continue with the GitLab CI part. So in last class we have seen how you can customize your pipeline based on the rules and workflow conditions. So to add some of the other keywords which we can use inside while we will be dealing with the rules and if and when conditions. So there is one keyword called changes. So how this changes keyword will work is whenever there is any particular file level changes or a folder level changes, only then it the pipeline gets triggered. So let's say, as we know, so whenever you hit to this commit, whenever you hit to this main branch, and it should be a push event, only then this pipeline will trigger. So to add on top of that, we can also induce one more thing called as a change. So changes will act in the same way. So we'll say to GitLab, go look into the test folder, inside that a file named index.html. Only when anything gets changed inside this particular file, only then trigger the entire this thing trigger this pipeline. So in the sense, so now we have adding other condition, so that it's not like every push or every commit to a main branch, so you should not trigger the pipeline. So it will be a best use case of our resources, so that whenever there is only a particular file change or the folder change, we can uh, allow this pipeline to run. So as of now we got stage 1, and we have commented out these two stages. So we can see, so once if we commit this, according to our strategy, the pipeline should not execute. So we'll go over here. So if we see, something around 1 minute got executed, but the one which we triggered, so it has not executed. So let's say, now we'll stay back over here. So we'll go over here and we will do some changes, not not into the place where we have mentioned, or the path where we have kept a tracker. So there is one other file which we can use. So we can use index.html, which is present over here. So we can just add a line or so, or we can remove this. So we'll commit this. So let's see, because it's a commit and a push event. So according to our if condition, the pipeline should get triggered. So if you refresh over here, so it has not triggered yet. So our tracker which we have placed in terms of a changes clause, so it's working. So now how we can confirm that is, so if we go inside the test folder, and there is something called as index.html. So if we do some changes over here, so let's say I'll add one more line over here. So it's test 2. So I'll just commit this, and here we go. So we can see over here, if we refresh, so already a pipeline started running. So this is working only because of the alteration which we did in terms of a pipeline. So whenever there is a particular change in file or a folder, only then this pipeline gets triggered. So we can see it's in a build phase. So we'll come to know the logs over here. So in the meantime, we'll see, once now we have seen how this changes works. So you can even add like a star in front of the forward slash, so that it will not only just track index.html, it keeps track of entire folder level. So whether you have placed a Docker file or a couple of other files, so whichever, whenever any change occurs in that particular file or the folder, so only when this pipeline gets triggered. So even we can modify this as a many inert options which have been provided by GitLab. So we use something called as a merge request pipeline, say dot merge request, and a couple of other things, such as not only on push event, or it can be any merge request event, merge branch or source level, so we can alter according to our requirement. So now we'll also see like how we can create our own artifacts. So artifacts are nothing but the things which you need once the pipeline is run, so that you can ship that or you can build anything out of that. So GitLab by default provides some of the way you can build your own artifacts. So there is one keyword called as artifact. So I've commented this out. So this is nothing but, so now artifacts is nothing but like we have to mention, it's like a tag, like a script. So what you have to run, so it will be always a post script or the post pipeline stuff. So once you have created this artifact, so you have to write artifacts and you have to give the path. So initially, if see, as you can see inside our so this job is succeeded. So now it's the same way, so nothing special, just we used changes keyword over here. So in the same way we'll get back to artifacts. So in artifacts, so we are saying in this particular path, so let's say we have kept, you should have created one file before saying to that artifact, go and look into that place. So let's say inside this test we have something called as mycv.pdf. So in the same way you can you have to say and provide the path test and mycv.pdf. So it will go and store your artifacts in that particular path. So it's like you can either you if you don't want to give an expiry, you can remove this, but if you want to keep the expiry, you can mention according to your requirement. It can be a 1 week or 1 day or a 1 month. So just if you uh, commit this, it will not work. Why? Because we have induced a changes clause. So so that if we commit this also, the pipeline will not get triggered. So we'll see. So you can see once we have committed, as of our understanding, pipeline should have got triggered. So it would have not got triggered. So the same step which we have to follow. So we have to go back to our test folder and we have to do some changes over here. So this time, for let's say if you change inside this docker file, it will be not be able to trigger this pipeline. Why? Because we have given not a folder level trigger, but we have given a file level trigger. So what we'll do is we'll again go back, we'll remove this, the thing which we had added earlier. So now pipeline would trigger. So as you can see, so if you go and see in the previous post results, so you cannot make out anything related to artifacts. So here you can see there is nothing. So once now our pipeline is is updated with some other code, so you would be able to see a column here where artifacts, it will be generated once our pipeline is done. So if we go into our recent pipeline build, so once this is done, we would be able to see our artifacts. So you can see over here, this is what job artifacts is all about. So if you want to see what's stored inside this particular, you can browse that. Or if you want to uh, keep it not just to the 7 days, but you have to extend it, you can keep, or you can either download. So this was all about artifacts and changes. So we'll continue in the next video.